FDP program. That is called marketing in the digital world. The reason, what marketers basically want. Marketers are looking for to, to increase their competitiveness through increasing their market space to targeting their potential buyers. Now the problem to target the potential buyer and to make the relationship or to enhance the entire value network or the value chain with their buyers, which sometimes you call customers, sometimes you call consumers, sometimes you call end users, etc., etc. It depends on the kind of the business we are in or kind of the industry we are operating. Now, earlier when we compare, we start with the traditional marketing. So now the entire it's not only the business is changing. Business is one of the subset of the society. So the entire society is going through the change that is called transformation. So this is the social transformation era. Social transformation era, when we say, it includes basically our relationship. Relationships means to communicating, to understanding, to sharing the emotions, to sharing the thought process, etc. etc. Similarly, with the business, our identification of the customers, serving them better, it depends on the serving them better is depends on how much you understand your buyers. This understanding of your buyers now is a difficult task. Either we should have a provision to have a one-to-one interaction. When we have a one-to-one interaction, then the scope of the business will shrink. I am talking about the physical interaction. So the customer will come to our retail store, then we will have a one-to-one interaction. Then when I am the salesperson, I can only understand, or I am the one who is interacting with the customer, I can only understand. So that was a face-to-face marketing promotion relationship was there. But now you have been compelled because of this so much competition to target the global market. It's not only you have been compelled to target the global market, but it's also one of the opportunity after the globalization, and you know that you are the management faculty member. Some of you are completed with a doctorate, so you know that it is an irrespective of the geographical boundaries we are doing our business. This this obsolescence of the geographical boundaries is making buyers more aware. When buyers is more aware, it is giving us a target to come up with something new, to have better and better and customized understanding, and so you will have a customized product and customized services to serve them better. This is the one way, and this is the one of the reasons. One is the society, social change. Now you have the availability of the technologies, and you have the advancement in the concepts also. At another end, there is wave of social changes. So all together, compelling marketers to enter into the digital world. So this digital world gives the companies the opportunity to have the global reach, and global reach facilitates more and more market space, and more market space facilitate or enables company to have healthy financial relations with the stakeholders. When you earn more money, you can have the more dividend for your stakeholders. When you have more dividend for your stakeholders, your financial health of your firm will be very good, so you can sustain in the market. So sustainability is another outcome. For that, we are trying to enter into the digital world for the marketing purpose. Whether the small company is concerned, big companies are concerned, different varied nature of technologies are available. So we have text, we have images, we have video, we have augmented reality, we have virtual reality, we have big data, so and so forth. I'll discuss later on one by one. So this entire phenomena of marketing in the digital world, we need to understand it's not only the promotion part. Marketing doesn't mean the promotion. It's an entire value chain, which is starting from the care. So marketing, the faculty members in marketing department, they say this is a promotion. But I mean to, for my understanding, it's not the promotion. It's in CAP. CAP means customer awareness program. It means we are launching a program to aware our buyers about the solution of their problem. They are facing a problem and we have developed a solution. Now we are interested to make them aware you have this problem and we have this solution. And this exchange of the problem and solution gives the returns. And returns may be monetary, which you call revenue, normally the short term one, and maybe the long term, which you call the brand image. So this brand image being created through the brand awareness. So the digital technologies with the new phases of business concept, which you call business models, are giving us the opportunity, chance to transform the entire the value chain of the business, so that we can enhance the value for buyers. Enhancing when I say the enhancing the value for buyers means try to minimize their human efforts, starting from searching for their products. So now let me give you one example. When you are interested to buy a car, now you need not to go to one outlet to another outlet, another outlet to another outlet. Now you can just take your smartphone with few minutes, and at least you will have an idea how many brands, with what price, what mileage, what features, etc., etc. You know better than me. So you can click the 360 view, you can check the interior, you can check the exterior, etc., etc. It means definitely for searching a particular products, the efforts, including the cost of the petrol or human efforts, taking the leave from office, etc., etc., before buying a car, it definitely is a comfortable convenience process for the buyers too. One end. So it means we are creating the value for buyers. When you are creating the value for buyers, it means same time you are creating the value for company too. Because your buyers is not contacting directly to your outlet, so you can reduce your
Sir, your slide is not changing.
I'm not changing the slides.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay.
I'll
I
not
thought.
change the slide. I'll change the slide. Audience is listening me. I don't know. So I'm
Okay, sir.
not changing this. I'll change the slide. Okay. So the point is, one end we are creating the value for buyers, and another end same time we are creating the value for companies too. Right? How we are reducing the expenditure for of maintenance of the outlets. I'm here giving the example of the car company. So we all are interested to buy a new car, right? So this is an around this we'll discuss what are the technologies, what are the business models, and why they are there, and what is the little idea about the digital worlds and digital marketing. So I'll discuss now. This is second slide. I'll discuss the evolution of marketing. So most of you are aware. Now we have been moved from P4 to P11 and P13, etc., etc. Then we will discuss the modern marketing terms, right? So we have new terms, terminologies, then digital elements, digital technologies to support to propagate your message to your potential buyers, right? And then we will have a conclusion part of it. Or this is something, some terminologies we have. You are aware. I'll not explain the each terminology. I'm just trying to. I believe I can that you are already aware about this terminology. So we have digital marketing, social media marketing, email marketing. So we receive each day unwanted emails on our Gmail account. You know the mobile app marketing, sustainable marketing, Location based marketing. So when phone is there, so somebody is tracing you when you visit a particular market, so message will come where you were been last minute. So they capture your data and fix the pattern of how frequently you are visiting a particular category of the stores, whether the food store is concerned or retail stores are concerned, etc., etc. So the neuro marketings are there, e-commerce, that entire the scenario of e-commerce is there. So we have different kind of the business models within the e-commerce, within the e-business. Influencer marketing is there. Social influencers are there. So they are marketing their content or others' content, and advertisements are being pasted on their content. So many things are there. So this is something booting about conditioning your mind towards this. So different terminologies. This is what the data says. And digital marketing is not possible without digital devices. This is one thing. There is no confusion. It's in fact now. So we need a digital device. You need either you should have a TV or some digital PDA or your computer laptops or a smartphone. It means we should have a to 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 propagate or to receive the content which is in digital form, text, voice, images, video, audio, etc., etc. We should have a device. One thing is there. Now the data says the 90% of all interactions are on screen now. So we need a screen. So you can support my statement that I check the banking. I don't know last when we visited the our branch, right? Where you are holding an account of bank as State Bank of India or HDFC another bank. We rarely visit the branch of a particular bank. Where you have the bank account. Either you go to the ATM or you have in online services, right? So to have the online services or to have the digital services, we should have a digital screen. So data says 90% of consumes in front of the screen, so time is people are just facing the screen. When people are facing the screen, it means buyers are even though not available physically, and we are searching for the buyers. So where the buyers is moving, as a company, our campaign should move in the same direction. So we can ensure that our promotion, our advertisements should be visible, irrespective of that where the buyers are available or buyers are present. Either they are on YouTube or they are on Instagram or they are on Facebook or they are on TV because buyers are not physically available now, no more. So that is this is another reason the company is being compelled. When I say we, I am assuming that the company side, not the customer side, most of the time. So it means the company is compelled to give their awareness program, talk about their products, talk about their features, utilities, price, etc., etc., on the screen where actually potential buyers is available. Potential buyer is present, right? So this is a learning. Excuse me, give me 1 minute. Sorry. Now, the marketing. You know the marketing. Engaging the customers, which I have already explained, building the relationship. I want to explore this word in the strong relationship. So, friends, either in business or in social life, we are facing this problem, and relationships are getting weaker and weaker every day. What is the crux of that? Let me tell you, the crux of relationship, that transparency. Transparency is related to your offerings. It means when we as a company are really interested to have the better, strong, long-term relationship with the buyers or your employees, the first step, first condition to have the transparency. Transparency related to the quality, related to products, even though the manufacturing process, the kind of the raw material you are using, right? It's not only the price, it's not only the customer convenience, it's not only the after sale service, it's also extended up to the circle of trust with your buyers. So your buyers should be aware in this particular products, in this the bundle of benefits, this is the raw material being used, and when it will fail, what will be the process next. So when you exchange the maximum information with your potential buyers or your employees or your, I should say in single word, most of the stakeholders, believe me, you will have a better relationship than earlier one. So it means now the sharing the information is now very easy. So all the time you are getting the message from banking now related to safety, related to security, related to updated of your account policy, etc. Changing bank policy, etc. etc. Similarly, you are getting the information from hospitals. You are getting the where you are where we are the customers, we are the users. It means now this relationship will definitely help us to have the superior values. When we say superior values, here we are involving our competitors too. Superior value for our customers than our competitors. When we will make it possible, then definitely the relationship with your customers will be sustainable enough. When relationships will be sustainable with your customers, with your buyers, with your users, it means we can definitely reduce the expenditure on promotion. So one end we are making the relationship. Relationship why? How? Basically, when we have the relationship with your existing customers, existing buyers, it means definitely it will turn out as a customer loyalty. And customer loyalty, until unless you are increasing the plant capacity or market size or the production size, it will definitely help you to control the expenditure on promotion, your money investment in promotion, because you have loyal customers. So this is something which will gives the sustainability to the business and superior value to customers. It's an two-way beneficial process for customer and company both. Traditionally, you know that print media, broadcast, at telephoning, etc., etc. You know that was cumbersome, time consuming, right? And costly affair was also there. So nothing in that. Nowadays, you know that digital forms. You have platforms, digital platforms, online platforms. We have technologies, advanced, which we call state of art technologies. So your artificial intelligence, your augmented reality, I'll discuss later on. I'll discuss one by one. Then we will have some examples from industry also. So the technology and data. Most importantly, data driven. Now the marketing. So earlier we were designing P1, P2, P3, P4. So now the data is in core of the digital marketing. How it will help to target, to segment, to position your products. We will discuss. Oh, this is that. You are aware about this. Nothing to show. What is the common in this? So in Apple, you know that. What is that? They are focusing on privacy, safety, happiness, Coca-Cola, and another one, Yamaraj. So the fear. If you try to search for the common factor that is called emotion. And emotion is a feeling, it means is an inside a person. To understand an inside person, we should have a huge data about the behavior, which is called understanding the behavioral patterns. Then we can try to understand, try to fix the emotions of a person. So it means again to understand what is happening, what is happening inside the buyers, what is happening inside the individual, how the emotions are fluctuating, which emotion is more relevant, fear or happiness, which relevant, how this the relevancy of emotions are also varying. Because when financial frauds are increasing, so people are thinking about to have a privacy or data protection. So device, I need a device which should be data protected. In spite of that, that should be under the my purchasing power. The another issue. So that's what companies are now launching. Apple is also moving to the downwards, right? Reducing the prices of their ID. So this is a common example. Now this you know like customer value. So in we are committed as a company, we are committed towards the increasing the enhancing the customer value, value proposition, bundle of benefits. So we to create the bundle of benefits, we should have something tangible, something intangible, right? We can take the example of hotel industry, you can take the example of insurance industry. In insurance industry, entire value chain of marketing been virtualized from searching a particular policy up to the receiving the policy certificate. Entire process has been digitized. No physical contact is required. I hope you understand what I mean to say. You are looking for a car insurance, you just search and just click and pay, make the payments online, and you will receive a certificate online. So entire value chain being virtualized now. But before virtualizing, still the emotions are not being virtualized. So we are trying to virtualize. The need is not virtualized. We are trying to virtualize the products and processes and services. And when we are digital, make the transform the products, processes, and services digital, it means this is called the new kind of the business entities are emerging. That is called digital forms, digital value chain, right? But before we move towards the digital value chain, we should have a understanding about the fundamental value chain, fundamental elements of the marketing, fundamental elements of promotion, fundamental elements of the reaching or targeting the buyers or the customers. So you know this. So we have the product, we have price, we have promotion, and you have place. I will not take your time to explain this because I'm not teaching the students. I assume you people are already aware. So with this, we have to go with the we have to segment a different by the category wise, purchasing parity wise, requirement wise, age wise, demographic wise. So segmentation is there. After the segmentation to targeting the audience, targeting the buyers. So targeting need a channel. Now the companies are targeting the buyers through the digital channels, online platforms, right? To differentiation. So you know that differentiation, as per the Michael Porter, differentiation is the one of the elements to achieve the competitive advantage. Differentiate your bundle of benefits, not with your competitors, with your own product portfolio. So it is not only the differentiation of the bundle of benefits. We can differentiate the process also, which can enhance the reach more effectively, more efficiently, and which can reduce the human efforts at the end of the buyers. So it will make them comfortable, convenience. So comfort and convenience at the customer end is an outcome of reduction of the human efforts, and that is been possible when you are deploying the state of art technology. Example is a voice command in Google. No need to type even, right? So we need to understand how to achieve it, and technologies can make it possible. Technologies are sensing, right? So you know that this. So analyzing the market, planning for the market. So you need a blueprint, right? But the problem, somebody can ask, is it so rosy scenario about the digital marketing? The answer is no. The answer is no. Take the even though Indian context. What is the prerequisite for digital marketing? Prerequisite. One should have at least some digital device in the hand and the internet connectivity, which you call a smartphone. When you search for the data and you Google it, the penetration of the smartphone in India, so we will have an idea. It's not more than even though 60 to 70%. Or I'm upper side even though. That is less than that. And what is the penetration of internet? So when you match the data, so everybody is not there. That is what the segmentation is required. So we need to understand if you are targeting a rural market, how the digital marketing will be successful. This is another challenge for companies. I am not saying no, but I'm saying it's another challenge, right? So because so many villages in this country, even though struggling for electricity, right, electricity, and struggling for clean drinking water. And another issue related to digital marketing is that it's not only the penetration of the smartphone, it's also the affordability part, right? The cost of internet. And you compare with the per capita income. So we need to understand we cannot think about only the A-grade cities like the Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chandigarh, etc., etc. We need to think about the complete market, specifically the bottom of the pyramid market. So you know the speed is another problem. The video speed. It was difficult to take the online classes even. So it means there are certain challenges, certain issues are also there. I'm talking about in context with the segmentation part. So companies are taking. Let me tell you another reverse example. Earlier, some companies like Bluestone and the Lenskart, they started virtual stores. Now they have the physical stores too. Because Indian market is having the mix bias. So even though the small size purchases, less than 10,000 rupees, people are making all the purchases online. But rarely people are purchasing. And very few people are purchasing diamonds, golds, I mean to say the costly items online. Because another the issue comes in picture that is called the trust. So the people, those are working in the information management, IT, those are faculty members in that domain. They study, they are researching in the another domain of that research called technology adoption depends on other factors also. So, technology adoption of technology is another driving force for digital marketing. And adoption of technology driving digital marketing. And what is driving technology adoption? Right? So trust, availability, affordability, accessibility. These are the certain issues. Then we need to take in consideration in a holistic way, right? So and the cost of technology too. You know that. Now this is something. So this was the big picture, which I am trying to give you, right? Now the evolution of data-driven marketing, how it evolves, and what data can do. What data is actually, what type of the data is required, what information is. Friends, in the flood of the data and the flood of the information, the most challenging job to identify the relevant data. The relevance is the word which is which is another challenge for people those are working with the data. And data is nothing but the piece of content. So it should have an objectivity associated with that, right? Whether that particular data, which is called piece of content, is relevant for your business or not. Before fixing this is the relevant or irrelevant, we need to capture the data, or we should have some provisions to pick and choose the data. To fix the process and provisions to pick and choose the data, another issue that is called investment and the skill level, the intelligentsia of the system. When I say system, intelligentsia of system, I include your employees and your technology both. I can give you a layman example, which in my class I used to say Ghatia example. Somebody is going for the honeymoon and you are supplying the list of hospitals. List of hospitals definitely data, but the relevance is not there. With this example of 30 seconds, you can understand where I am intended to explain. So that is what the another problem with the data. And another, the next question comes, why we are interested in data? Because the patterns in the data gives an idea, a fair idea about the behavior. Patterns, it generates the patterns and trends. And how it generates the pattern and trends? Because each data packets having the coordinates, I think most of you are from engineering backgrounds. We have we are aware with a one point, one dot, no image is there. Connecting the two dots, the line will emerge. It means we have number of dots. Dots means the data packets. When you connect one data packet to another data packet, some you can visualize some data pattern, like the ECG, like your CT scan. Those are the diagnostic tools for in medical science. Similarly, in business, we have diagnostic tools like data packets. But the relationship between the data packets we need to establish. So we need a data synthesis technologies and the technologies which can create the patterns amongst the data packets, data nodes. So we need an entire chain of technologies from front end to back end to facilitate the digital marketing, which we see in different forms: AI, BI, CI, machine learning, so on and so forth. Right? So this is the then transformation phase we are facing. Now, technology. Marketing we know. Now, marketing is around the brand design. Design means aesthetic. One experiment you can do in your class. You can keep the 10 to 12 different companies handsets of mobiles. One compulsory should be iPhone, and keep the student blindfolded and ask them to pick the Apple iPhone, and the student blindfolded student will pick up the iPhone. What is there? Aesthetic part, design part, right? What is appealing and how design been created? I hope you know. So psychometric parameters being embedded with the technology. So the color combination that is called, which enhances the level of hormones in the appearance, hormones in the mind by touching, by seeing, that is called through the five Gyan Indris. So you touch the iPhone, you will have a different feeling. When we watch a screen of iPhone, we will have a different feeling. I'm not a brand ambassador of iPhone, but I'm trying to explain my point. Different when you touch a seat on a particular car, you will have a different feeling, right? It is smooth, it is not smooth, it is rugged, it is this and that. Which means all gyanendries accumulatedly giving the senses to your hormones, and hormones are making you happy. And this happiness is triggering the customers to have the purchase. So everything is happening inside the buyer. And we are trying to touch that point, press that point of buyers so that he will be happy by testing, by visualizing, or by touching, etc., or by smelling, etc., etc. So design part, content, sufficiency, right? I was just giving the example. Somebody is looking for the list of hospitals, so don't supply the list of hotels. Content part. Content means that's objectivity. Objectivity gives this value to that content. So value driven content. And then stories. Nowadays blog stories are there. Companies have different, then people are posting these stories on LinkedIn, then the Instagram. Company have hired their employees to paste these stories there. And stories are not only written in text. Small companies, in the form of toys, in the form of tattoos, in the form of different forms they are achieving. A user experience, you see here the user experience, video calling, recording the video, sending the videos, etc. etc. Then audience insight. Understanding the insights of the audience, target insights. To understanding the insights, we need a data, dig the data, apply the contemporary technologies, data mining, or some other technologies which you feel better and affordable and accessible and easy to use, we can apply them. So marketing having different kind of the elements to be supported by the technology. So we have automation, data, automation process, automate the definition of automation is very simple, just the minimizing the human efforts. So earlier I was typing in Google to search something. Now no need to type. But typing needs an what? Literacy. To type, person should be literate. But to speak something, no literacy is required. It means the company is having inclusive approach. You check in your houses, at your home, small kids, 2, 3 year old kids are searching any kind of the content, kind of the video game they want, kind of the video they want. They are not aware about typing. They don't know the typing. How to type. They are doing that. So it means the automation part. I'm trying to explain. Digital dynamics, we need to maintain that user experience. Definitely, when we understand the user, minimizing human efforts, right? So Eliza, open the door of car. So you are just voice command. Better user experience, right? Before reaching to the house, the AC will be on. So I should not be worried about the temperature of the room. So it's so and so forth. After a particular speed, automatically car, the doors will automatically close. So I mean to say, you are not bothered about the parking of the cars, sensors are there. So better user experience. Touch screen, so many. And this all facility is possible when we have the availability of the technologies. Friends, but here as the student of management, I wanted to include not only the availability and accessibility, it's a matter of affordability too. So technology should be affordable enough. If are really interested, it should reach to the maximum market space, bottom of the pyramid. So technology should not be too much costly, right? So that is another issue. Now the evolution of digital stages, you know that, right? We have seen the TV days, so advertisements were there, right? We have seen the laptop and the online advertisements, and then the banners was there. No, online interaction, digital media. We have seen that e-commerce era also, online transactions and advertisements, different kind of the business models were there. Now we have moved ahead from that past, from e-commerce to the socialization. I started my session just saying it's not only the business, but the society which is changing, right? Social wave of change, social wave of transformation. And business is one of the subcomponent, subset of society. So entire society is very changing. And society, why is society changing? Under the boundaryless global society. So what is happening in the US, what kind of the product on what price, with what feature, be sold in America. Now our customer is aware. So our customer is looking for the same, right? So Indian companies or companies those who really wanted to serve the Indian market or some particular the area of market, they need to have a, face the competition with the companies those are operating in other countries. So we need to operate. So communities interactions are there. So you have so many social platforms, right? You have Facebook, you have LinkedIn, you have Twitter, you have Instagram, so many so. And relationship again, customer relationship management. Customer is not any specific breed of an individual. It's a time dependent event. Customer is an individual. The kind of the emotions he or she is carrying, the kind of the purchase he or she will have. So the companies are started tracing the kind of the emotions they are exchanging on social media, trying to understand that. It's no earlier companies were limited to understand their the purchase patterns. The companies are not limiting their technologies to trace the purchase patterns, but also extended their technologies to understand the kind of the emotions an individual is exchanging with his or her society. Because your thought process, the thought process will decide your expressions, and thought process will also decide your purchase behavior. They cannot be separate. So that's what companies started to use the technologies to understand the social patterns, social selection pattern, right? So I hope I'm little clear. Now you know that when you include the relationship, or we started transporting the social relationship for business purpose, so it becomes the social commerce will be the future. Like LinkedIn being used for recruitment also, and LinkedIn being used for the companies are now, they are searching the kind of the you post the stories on Instagram. Companies look for their profile and use for commercial purpose. So social commerce they have started, and it may be the upcoming scenario with the recent technologies help. This is something looking for the we are looking for digital environment of marketing. So this is what we have already discussed. Search, brand, websites, mobile payments. These are the processes. I was trying to explain. It's not only the promotion part. It's not only the brand awareness. It's also the back office processes like payment, right? Tracking the delivery, shipment, right? So many, and then aggregate planning, inventory tracing, inventory checking. Because inventory tracing is required to commit to make the commitment online with your potential buyers. You can decide on this particular pin code within these days the delivery will be installed. On this particular pin code, delivery is not possible for this particular item. Item is out of stock. Where the supply is somebody else. all the business processes being connected and automated and connected. I should say AI, automated and integrated, for to have the seamless supply chain, seamless value chain, which can enhance the value proposition for buyers and for sellers both. So now we have the technology, availability of technology, right? This which I'll discuss in some examples. I'll take one or two examples for VR and AR. On big data, cloud computing, you know that, right? So cloud computing, so you need not to worry about as a company to procure the technologies to invest huge money. So that is an something the rent base, usage base, right? So I need to have a space for this much data for this much time. I need to pay that much amount of the money as in company, right? So somebody else is doing that business. Earlier we need to purchase a server, we need to purchase a hard space. So it is now another the different kind of the another segment of the value chain in digital worlds for digital firms. Now, digital elements of Industry 4.0 driving the era of marketing convergence. IoT extended to IoE. IoT limited to some network and devices. And it is something all. So we are looking for the space also, place also, position also. I'll discuss one by one. So we have digital reality, augmented and virtual both, cognitive science, right? Earlier, we were aware when I was the student in my school days, we were only aware of one word that is called intelligence. This student is intelligent, this student not intelligent. Now we are in an era of artificial intelligence. Definitely, it's been inspired by our intelligentsia, which is lying in the neurode. That is called the derivation of cognitive science. That is called the cognitive technologies, right? Then we know the blockchain. Now you know that currency, digital currency, right? So we have the chain of the different nodes, big data analytics. So you have sport analytics, marketing analytics, financial analytics, nothing but just fixing the patterns, trying to fix the predictive level, precision level on the basis of the past records, applying certain algorithms. This is something a small part of the IOE, right? So which includes the people, process, data, and the elements of technologies like network, devices, etc., etc., which enables for exchange of data. So we are looking for the first the buyer's data, and buyer is looking for the product data, right? Availability data, price data, है ना? Right. So this is something, and we analyze the data. Our as in customer, we as in customer analyze data, try to go inside with his or her requirement, and company analyze the data, look for insights, go inside with the data which they have fetched from the buyers for their own use. Maybe understanding the buyers, whether he is faulty, not faulty, what kind of the products, what kind of the price, so that they can target for their marketing campaign. So and so forth. Right? Like Amazon. Collect data from customer interaction with devices like Echo and Kindle, help offering the personalized product. So they collect data. Next time they start, which we have seen. You search a t-shirt on online when you feel. Rest of the day, you will have all the advertisements on your YouTube, on your Facebook, on your Gmail related to t-shirts on. So they pick up the data and try to understand the customer behavior, right? So this is something which we have seen. Now digital reality. Earlier we need to visit the furniture store, and try to visualize the drawing room size, then the size of furniture available, this corner, that corner. Now this is possible now through the technology, augmented reality, virtual reality, creating the immense experience. IKEA, IKEA using AR, you can virtualize, right? And actually which is making the decision making process at the buyer's end precise, better, and convenience. And this all forces are basically turned out as a purchase in that company is interested. So customer is the potential buyer is happy. This particular item will look like this in my home. So this is okay. So I'm satisfied. So this is a kind of the reduction of the uncertainty in the mind. I am certain now. This color, this size, this shape, this will look like this. So I'm 90% certain. I can make the purchase now. So companies are taking such kind of the technologies to enhance the user experience. Right? Cognitive science, you know that? It's not only the technologies are facilitating the external process. Technology is now the advancement of the technology is entering into the mind of the human being, trying to map the brain, although it is just impossible to create the similar kind of the brain. Till the moment I can, for my understanding, but trying to understand the functioning of mind and trying to create the similar kind of the analogy outside the brain. So intelligence, right? So they have created. When they have created, they call artificial. It is an artificial intelligence now. On the basis of what? They have studied. I used to give the example of in my class how the farmers, most of them are not literate, how they predict about the rain. So suppose there is a, let me give you some bogus example. So there was some bird, blue bird. So when we ask a old man in the village, how decide tomorrow will be the rain or not? So they started explaining. Check this bird. The blue bird is sitting on this tree. Whenever this blue bird comes on the tree, next day there is a rain. What does it mean? Present of blue bird, next day rain. It's a trend of last 50-year data of in the mind of that gentleman. So it's a trend analysis, fixing the trend, right? Which gives the knowledge, and when you derive the knowledge, some insight from the knowledge is becomes the intelligence here, right? Sometimes as a layman we call the reading between the line. The derivation from the knowledge or people are using in analytics, they're called insights. Facts are available. When we derive certain conclusion, which is not look like the facts, which is more than that fact, more than that data, called intelligence. The derivation of knowledge and intelligence, which is help to have future decisions, to predict the future up to the optimum level of precision. You can minimize the risk, you can control the uncertainty. So we are certain last 50 years if this is happening, so there is a high possibility next year it will happen. Right? So it means we have created the replica of our brain neurons outside or functioning of the neuron, that is called intelligentsia part, through technology called AI, and companies are using that. You know that how companies are using, right? I've already explained on social media. They trace the conversations, fix the patterns, trying to understand that behavior of individual, and then target the that individual for their offerings of their company. Netflix, we are aware how Netflix functions. So capture the data, Netflix, right? Analyzing the viewing patterns and preferences. What kind of the content one individual is consuming. So next time, or what is the size of that particular content users, how many people are interested in entertainment and different category of entertainment, how what is the size of viewers for sports related content, what size of viewers for reality shows related content, and so forth. I hope I'm clear. This particular data being stored of each individual in their databases, and they have created the big data which help them for their strategies. It is input for their operating strategy. What kind of the content they should promote by sponsoring, by investing, right? By producing, by purchasing, by taking the rights, by launching, so and so forth. So entire business strategy. Now, for at least in this case of Netflix, the major component of business strategy depends on the, the patterns and preferences collected from the different segments of viewers through online tracing their viewing patterns and is stored in their database, which you call the big data analytics. And applying in different kind of state of art technologies called algorithms, machine learning programs, etc., etc. It depends on the time to time. Each time that we can have a new kind of technologies. So so it will help to fixing the business models for the companies in digital era. And I hope not only the retail, entertainment is the entertainment industry having complete transformation after the digital era, right? And the profitability will also be increased. You must have seen during the Corona OTT platforms, they have revolutionized the entertainment industry in both the ends, for producer sides, for user side both, viewer side, I should say. So we have seen the new actors, new emerging talents because of OTT. So this has opened the entire better opportunities, better scenario for producer chain and for user chain both. So it's a good idea. Friends, and the last, you know that. So we need to engage in individual customers. We need to have, and that is called Professor C.K. Pellad. Professor C.K. Pellad given a formula of achieving the sustainable competitive advantage. The formula is R equal to G, R for rose equal to G for God, and N equal to 1. I want to discuss for a minute this. And it is very effective in the case of the digital marketing. R equal to G means the resourcing should be global. When you are designing your business, so you have technologies, your products, your raw materials, your connectivity, your cloud computing, your content of information from global sources, right? So when we are selling certain, suppose we are selling the laptop or selling the mobile, so we have processor from some other country, battery from some other country, screen from other country, etc. etc. But targeting n equal to 1 means the targeting in an individual customer, which you call earlier days the customized marketing, right? So for individual, so to customize your product and process, bundle of benefits for your individual customer, we should know the preference of individual customers. To understand the preference of individual customer, we need to focus. We need to collect the data. When a particular individual is sleeping, when he is what he is doing, what he is eating, how he or she is doing the conversation, what is the the society interactions, and so on and so forth. Economics, social, right? Location even though, tracing the locations. So when we do this, and it is helpful and supported by the you know, technologies like your PDAs, mobiles, smartphones, platforms, online channels, etc., etc. Definitely, the future will be more prosperous for companies and better for buyers with the better user experience through convenience and comfort, which we call the user friendliness will definitely go up. Thank you so much. If you have any question, please do ask the questions.